How loyal are your customers really? And how do you know? Maybe you're running NPS campaigns, but NPS is just a number. It doesn't tell you why your customers feel the way they do or what you should do about it. In this demo, I'm going to show you how Perspective AI has completely transformed how we measure customer loyalty. And by the end, you'll never want to run a traditional NPS survey again. This is Perspective AI. It's the world's most powerful AI-driven research platform. Since I want to know where we rank in terms of customer loyalty, I'll just tell Perspective that I want to measure NPS and understand customer loyalty for my company. From this one question, Perspective is able to understand my goals, who it needs to talk to, what questions to ask, and how to conduct interviews with our customers. Now, if I want to make any changes after reviewing the research outline, all I need to do is tell Perspective. For example, in this case, I want to know how long each participant has been a customer of ours. So I'll tell it to add that as a mandatory question. As you can see, it instantly updates the research outline and adds this mandatory question for me. Now, before sending this out, I want to make sure I do everything that I can to maximize participation. So I'll jump into settings, review the conversation title and welcome message, make sure that my branding is set up how I want it. I even have control over which voice is used. Now, our brand is warm and conversational, so I'll select Coral and then just make sure this is what I want.
Hello, this is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I'll be guiding you through our conversation today.
That's a little too bubbly for me. Let's jump back to Alloy and make sure this is what I want.
Hello, this is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I'll be guiding you through our conversation today.
That's not bad. Now, the next step is to try the interview out before we send it out to our customers.
Hello, thanks for being here. We're aiming to measure NPS and understand customer loyalty for Perspective AI. To start off, what's your name?
My name's Nate.
Nate, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend Perspective AI to a friend or colleague?
I'm definitely a 10.
Got it, a 10. What's the primary reason behind that score?
You know, it's just such a unique product. There's nothing else like it. It works better than anything else I've ever tried, and I tell everybody about it that I can.
Appreciate that. Can you share a specific example of how Perspective AI stood out and worked better for you?
Well, in the past, we were doing traditional form-based NPS surveys, which gave us a number, but we didn't get any of the context typically behind the rating. And Perspective, because it's so proactive, gets all of that useful information for us.
Thanks for that. How long have you been a customer of Perspective AI?
For a year and a half, roughly.
Got it, Nate. What could Perspective AI do to improve your experience or increase your likelihood to recommend it even more?
You know, it'd be great if there were a handful of additional templates. I'd really love to have one that could help me quickly gather feature requests, for example.
Understood. You mentioned additional templates. Any other improvements that come to mind?
Not right now.
So far, we've got your NPS score of 10, the reason being it's unique and provides context beyond traditional surveys, and a suggestion for more templates, especially for feature requests. Did I get that right?
Sure did. All right, that was pretty good. I think we're ready to send it. Now I can copy this link and send it out through any number of different channels, email, social, or I can click invite participants, copy and paste in a list of email addresses that I want to send it to, write a custom invitation message, and then send it off directly through Perspective. Now let's take a look at what the experience looks like once I've got completed conversations in. So it looks like Perspective's interviewed 22 people, and the first thing we can do is generate a magic summary. The magic summary gives me a quick high-level analysis of key themes and makes some initial recommendations for me. But let's dive deeper and conduct a full analysis session. Here I can prompt Perspective with any question that I have, or choose from one of these quick prompts below. Depending on the type of analysis that I'm doing, I might want to change the model. Let's start with an easy one. Within just a few seconds, Perspectives analyzed all the conversations and determined that our Net Promoter Score is a 55. Not bad. Let's dive a little bit deeper. And just like that, I have an entire list of strategies that we can start to implement in order to get our NPS score even higher. Even better, every recommendation is supported by direct customer quotes. I can jump right to them in the conversation to get the context. And once I'm ready, I can highlight these findings and share them with my team with the click of a button. Next time you need high quality customer feedback fast, skip the survey and use Perspective AI. Start today for free at getperspective.ai.